Welcome to Real Life on the Homestead in Ontario. Before we let our chickens and ducks out today, we definitely have to take that snow off the roof. Look at that. It's a wave there too. Yeah, we won't let that out until that's clean because that would kill any of those little critters. This is what happens when you have a ton of snow and then suddenly the weather warms up. This is one of our garage roofs. Same thing. It's just slid right off the steel roof and look, it's making a wave. We have to break this down to make sure that the dogs don't run through it and something happens to them. It's cool to look at, but not safe at all. I know some people like to use it as forts for their kids. I definitely would not take that chance or recommend it. If this snow comes down on anybody, it could be very dangerous. We have just finished knocking down the snow from that wave that came off the steel roof. That's something you have to do on the homestead, is constantly be watching your roof so you don't want that extra weight. And we monitor the one in the house. And we actually get up there with the snow float and push it down. But this one here is nasty because it's a long run. It gets pretty thick and then it slides down really easily. So we always make sure not to have anything in this space because when it comes down, it's quite high, but we actually had to break that from the wave. Well, we got ourselves a slightly warm day today, and I'm just going to come and check on how everything's doing. It looks like, and I can't see if you can tell, you see those prints? That was a fox trying to get into the coop last night. So we definitely got to be dealing with that tonight, even though our coop is pretty secure. And just as a follow-up to our experiment, we do the deep litter method. So it's not that I keep this dirty, this was our plan. So the rabbits have been doing pretty good in there. We had to end up putting some plywood over the cages because the chickens decided that they're going to be climbing everywhere. And one of the negatives was that they got into this corner, and this is where they decided they're starting to lay their eggs. And that's frustrating because it's very hard to get it. But some of them are still laying in their nest boxes. So overall, having the rabbits in with the chickens and the ducks for the winter has made it a lot easier for us to feed and water them, except for the eggs. And as you can see, the bales of straw underneath, they've been picking at them. So that one there is about to collapse, so I'll have to replace it. But my fear was the smell of the urine from the rabbits in here, and there is zero. So that is not a concern. Hi there, honey. How you doing? That's my buck. He's doing well. And my two does that I've kept for the winter. Now these are the standard 24 by 36 cages, so they are not small. They are pretty large, and for winter they're safe. They're up above the ground, they're sheltered, they're not getting wet, and they're in a warm space. A lot warmer than the barn, I tell you. But look at that. There's our eggs in the corner. And the way I've been getting them is I'm actually using my walking pole because I am not that tall, and I am just bringing them forward to collect my eggs. Come on. So that, unfortunately, these are still warm, so they were just laid. So I'm going to take them out of here because I've been avoiding having any frozen eggs, and I actually have not had more than I'd say about 4 frozen eggs all winter. So it's working to our advantage to collect often. Just gonna make sure, yep, there's no more in there. And we got a girl laying, so we're just gonna leave her and come and check these a little bit later. But that is my update on how the housing situation is. Now what I've been doing is bringing out lettuce and vegetables to keep them with their greens because, of course, they can't forage at all. And right now they're feasting on some egg whites that I had separated from the yolks a little earlier. Those are cooked and they're enjoying them. As you can see, they really like that protein. Yes, I hear you. He's protecting his flock, doing his job. Every single day we bring out several pails of water and fill this tub because the ducks do need it and they enjoy it. Even when it's cold, they like to go for a swim. I don't think anybody can hear me if you're yelling that loud. My concern, like I said, is these footprints. That's a fox. And it is circling and trying to get into the coop. So we're going to need to deal with this today. If you're enjoying our content and you'd like to know what we're doing on the homestead, go ahead, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But most of all, please share with your friends. Share it on your social media so that you can join us as our adventures continue. So go out and live your best life.